What's up, folks? Good evening. How we doing? Rich changed his background before as the show started. I love it. Rich, how are you?
What's going on, man?
None. Feeling?
Not much. I'm just happy the Jags finally got their crap together after we pooped our pants against the Bears. Although trailing 10-0 early in the game, I thought Doug Peterson was going to end the game in Bessa or Siberia.
If Jacksonville would have lost that game, they were leaving Peterson in Jacksonville or
They,
in London. I'm sorry.
they would have pulled the Oakland Raiders trick with Lane Kiffin, right? With one of the coaches, right?
Probably.
Um, I'm assuming our other suspects will be here soon. Evan just texted me, said he was taking care of some stuff, and Jamie and Joe have not wrapped up yet. So I don't know if they have a guest tonight or not. They didn't tell me.
They might be talking about one team in the World Series and one team not in the World Series. And by the way, I have trivia questions for you guys.
Gotcha.
Dylan's liking this end of the night trivia. Evan said he was taking care of stuff. I don't really know what that means, but all right. I know backstage, boys, we were in a little bit of a discussion about the college football undefeateds to who should be where. Um, so go ahead. Where should we start? Should we start with NBA season starting tonight? Because I didn't.
Oh gosh, so what? Who cares
Go
about that sport? We know the Celtics are going to win this year. It might go 82-0.
Oh man, here we go. Is
here
this
we
bandwagon Boston or has this been Boston fan for a while?
No, I'm actually a born and raised Miami Heat fan.
Okay, so let me bring you back to reality for a second. One sign you had the right idea with who's going to win the championship this year. And I haven't said this since 2011, and I was right then, and I'm going to be right now. The Dallas Mavericks are winning the NBA championship this year.
No, they're not.
That is who. That is who I'm thinking's winning it this year. I really do. I really think it's Lucas year. Um, after
Luka, Kyrie, Clay, just re-signed. They signed Jaden Hardy to a long-term deal, which was a super move. They've got some really good young guys on this team. That Maverick squad has finally gotten it together, and I think Luka's got a really good shot of winning the MVP this year because he's hungry for it. And they're going to get to the finals and win it again this year. They may not be the one seed, but they're going to get to the finals and they're going to win it this year.
I don't.
They may see Boston again.
I,
Very well might.
I'm not 100% sure the Mavericks finished top four in the West. I'll tell you who's better than them. Denver's better. Oklahoma City's better. Minnesota's better.
I can give you that Oklahoma City maybe on paper is better, but you play the games. Denver's got a lot of injury issues.
Oh, yeah.
I do not want to hear a word from anybody about the Lakers being any good.
dude,
I'm not.
I heard he missed. I heard he missed a bunny the other day. And sorry, I don't know.
This whole Bronny James thing just makes my head hurt. It really does. I mean, there's a different, and they were saying that tomorrow night when they have their opener that Ken Griffey Jr. and Senior are going to be there and all that kind of stuff. There's one major problem with this.
They were
Ken
both
Griffey
good.
was a all-star player. His kid was one of the best players of all time.
My favorite.
LeBron is one of the best players of all time. Bronny's not a G League player. He just got drafted because his dad is the GM of the Lakers.
I completely agree. I'm sure Evan would want to fight us right now, but I don't know what he's doing. Someone text him and tell him we're talking basketball. He'll be here quicker than you know what we're thinking.
Oh,
I'll tell you what though, people better watch out for Memphis this year too. In the West, Memphis is a good ball club.
Something to say after the suspension last year and everything else.
Yeah, Memphis is a stout club. I think Minnesota is going to be back a little bit. I think New York got the better end of the Cat for Julius Randle deal.
Kevin Towns going to New York, huh?
I'll tell you what,
I don't know.
Boston better watch out for New York.
I don't know how he's doing tonight. I mean, I have him on my, I ran him on my DFS line, so I guess I should look. But I don't know. I just don't like looking at basketball.
There's no games tonight.
Knicks, Celtics, Timberwolves, and Lakers.
Oh, they start at 9. Okay, 9 Central. Yeah, they haven't started yet. My bad.
I thought New York.
There's only 2 games. Knicks Celtics start. They're in pregame right now, and then T-Wolves and Lakers start in about 45 minutes. It's the only games tonight.
We get Bronny James tonight, yeah. Rich,
By
you better
the way,
play.
by the way,
play him as your captain tonight, Rich, in the DFS.
By
Sorry,
the way,
guys.
it is. So, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Dylan.
By the way, it is Celtics 119, Knicks 91. So what a yay! First NBA game of the year, and it's a
No. Yeah, no.
Oh.
That's why they play 82. But
first off, the Celtics were going to lose tonight. They were getting their banner. They were getting, they were getting all their celebration out of the way. They weren't going to lose this game.
No, I mean Tatum's got 37, Jalen's got 21, Derek White's got 24. Kind of a surprise there. On the Knicks side, Brunson's got 22. Miles McBride off the bench has got 20. Cat's got 12 and 7. Woo! Michael Bridges is minus 28 tonight. Brunson's minus 23, and Hart's minus 23. Oops.
Oh shit! Can someone send Joe the right link?
I tried to send him a link, but Joe might have to email it himself.
I don't have Joe's number.
I
put it in this group?
Does he have the backstage thing?
No.
Adam?
No.
Oh. I didn't know if I could just copy and paste the thing I'm using.
I don't know. Maybe Joe still uses rap videos and doesn't know how like copy and use it from a link from the last
group. Did someone put it in the Twitter group?
I didn't.
I sent Joe the link on Twitter, but let me see.
Sorry,
guys, we are having a malfunction.
Yeah, and hey, if while we're talking and that kind of stuff, folks, when you're listening and all, hit us up. Hit us up. Shoot us a message if you got a question. You think one of us has completely lost our minds. If you agree with us, whatever, hit us up. Send us a message. We'll make you semi-famous.
Joe, we got the link twice now, Joe. Just to let you know.
By the way, this evening, the New Orleans Saints have re-signed Alvin Kamara for a couple more years, and it looks like Keanu Miller won't be able to play for the Saints. But is Alvin Kamara?
I'm not surprised they re-signed him. I'm not surprised.
I'm shocked. I thought the Saints were going to deal him.
And they still might. I mean, you can sign him and then trade him with the contract. My big question is, where's he going to go? Where would he go that he's going to be in a better situation? The only place that I could even pseudo consider. What's up, Joe? Only place that I could even consider him going that would make any sort of sense, and I know this sounds weird, is Kansas City.
Cooper Cup.
Oh, Joe, you guys done with your Bills talk, getting ready for who do you guys have this week? Seattle, right?
We got Seattle. Yeah. Now, just a little thing. You sent us a link. I think Jamie's stuck in that limbo too. We got a link. I was trying to get in, and then I heard you. I was watching you. I heard you talking about basketball, and I was like, "Oh my God, get me in there!" So I'm a Knicks fan, and no, I don't have those rabbit ears that you were talking about there. But it just took me a little.
I was touting your Knicks, Joe.
I caught a little bit of that, and I mean they're getting blown away tonight. But I heard Adam say, "Hey, it's opening night, banner raising night. Nobody loses those games." So, I get that. But I'm just very excited. Basketball is my favorite sport. I'm happy that it's here. Not happy, the way it's starting, but certainly we got 6 months of regular season and then another 7 months of playoffs, right?
By the way, what the heck is going on with all these guys? Like skipping games. Like we all heard that Paul George and Joel Embiid all out for like conditioning or whatever, and I'm like, what in the world are these guys?
So is Kawhi Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard hasn't played a game in 50 years, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's time for him to retire. But I don't
want this load management thing.
I think the NBA is going to get a little stricter about that and just kind of force these guys to get in. They already have, but it is ridiculous with load management. I get it. 82 games is a lot, but hey, you're getting paid $1 zillion to play this game. The least you could do is show up and play.
Okay, but Joe, this is where my biggest thing comes in. You're playing 82 games over 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're playing 48 minutes. Well, you're not playing 48 minutes because 99% of the guys don't play every minute of every game.
Unless you're
probably playing 35 to 40 minutes 3 nights a week. What are you tired for?
Right.
Pick up games with your boys and you play 15, 20 games on a Saturday with your boys and you act like it's nothing. You hit the court for the league and, for your job and, I'm a little tired. What?
Yeah. They're getting more money in that 35 minutes than I'm going to see in my lifetime. And they either they got a boo-boo and they can't go on there or they're just too tired, like you said. But I think the NBA will hopefully get a little stricter about that and get these guys on the court.
Yeah, because people are paying big bucks for these tickets to see these guys.
Yeah,
and it seems like they almost always sit out on road games.
Yep.
It's ridiculous from that end. But let's be perfectly honest, guys. The season is way too damn long.
Mm-hmm.
There is no need to have 2 days in between games in the playoffs and 3 days when you got to travel and all that. Play if you got a game in Dallas you're starting the series, let's say in Dallas, and you got Monday, Tuesday, boom, day off to travel, then you're going to Utah. Okay, you play Thursday, you play Friday, you're playing every night during the playoffs. They can condense the season down, and the playoffs take longer than the season itself. There is no reason why the NBA season should take 9 months. Absolutely. Yeah. And the NHL is the same way. I understand a little bit of the rest issue because you're getting the crap kicked out of yourself all night. But basketball, why? 9 months to play that season for 82 games plus the playoffs. It just does not make any sense.
Right. Even baseball, I don't like the way they space out the games. Why do they got to wait 100 years between the LCS to start the World Series?
Right. They should have started the World Series tomorrow night.
Or tonight.
Because realistically, Game 7 would have been tonight. Yeah. So, or Monday night. I'm sorry. It would have been Monday night.
Okay, so Wednesday.
So start the World Series Wednesday. But,
yeah, whatever.
They want to do it on Friday night because that leads into the weekend, which means better TV ratings.
Right.
Okay, well, now the whole crew is here, so I don't know. Pick a number.
For what? We're talking. We're not doing
What's up,
trivia.
Jamie?
It's way too early.
Hey,
Hi, James. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Adam. How about you?
Good, good. How did you guys do tonight? Do you have any good guests on tonight? I didn't really.
We were
Ah.
supposed to have a guest on, but he's gonna be doing it later in the week or in 2 weeks. So
Are you? Who's doing the show tomorrow morning? You, Dylan, and Jason.
Yep.
So Jason's getting up at 7 in the morning for the show.
10.
If it's 10 o'clock here, that means it's 7 o'clock there.
No, 10 o'clock his time, 1 o'clock my time.
Okay. Jamie, are you joining?
so it would be 1 o'clock. It would be 1 o'clock my time. I don't know. I might be doing some work, writing some stories for the forkball.
By the way, if you haven't had a chance to check out the article that he sent the link for, I strongly suggest it. It's a very good point, and he backs up his question pretty well. And it brings up a really good point. So if you get a chance to check it out, it's about Jazz Chisholm and the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I looked at it
thanks,
too.
Nick.
I told you, I asked you last time to try and put it out as a tweet. That way we could share it and get your shit out there a little better.
That is from tweet. If you look at it, it says Twitter on it.
Right, but it's not in tweet form. Like I couldn't retweet it whenever I
How
clicked on it.
would I do it in tweet form then?
So you would click share whenever you're ready to post, like
Mhm.
from the website, and then you would click share and put it into your Twitter.
Mhm.
Put it under Jamie Malloy. And then you would be able to type like my forkball column, whatever, blah 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 blah, and then it would put the link inside your tweet, kind of like what Matt does whenever he's doing his believing stuff.
Mhm.
And then that way we could all share it for you and get it out there.
Okay, I could try that now.
Okay. Jamie, are you a basketball guy?
Why do you ask?
Because we were talking basketball.
Yeah, I could talk. I can wait, hold on. I could talk basketball. I mean, the Knicks are getting killed. It's one game. Boston's shooting well from three. I mean, I'm not worried about it. The Knicks are still going to be where they need to be.
Yeah, I found out Jamie and I have the same favorite basketball team too.
Sweet, even better. So Joe and Jamie, just curious, do you drive over to Cleveland to see your next play?
You know what? I had tickets last year to see we got them really cheap. I had tickets to see the Knicks at the Cavaliers, and they ended up with COVID that day, so I couldn't go. But I've only seen one Knicks game ever, and that was at Madison Square Garden. So that was in 22, I believe.
Well, at least you made it to MSG.
I've never been to an NBA game. I've never gone out to New York City or Cleveland.
You know, I'm 2 hours from Toronto,
That's
so I could
fine,
I could always go to Toronto and see them too. A friend of mine, we're talking about that. We'll probably get to Cleveland this year or Toronto, perhaps, to catch the Knicks again.
That'd be cool to see him in Toronto. But
You need your passport to get over the border still, right? Or can you go over with your birth certificate?
You get what's called an enhanced driver's license, and they scan the license, and it acts, I couldn't use it to go to Europe or anything. It's only good for Canada and Mexico. But because my passport expired, but I could still use the enhanced license, and that gets me across. So, I try to get up there, once a year, something like that. Toronto, if you've never been to Toronto, it's an amazing city. I highly recommend it.
Been to, well, maybe I was in Toronto. I don't know. Me and my friends all went up there. I don't remember where we went.
Okay.
Anybody been to Vancouver?
I would love to. I haven't, but I hope to get there at some point, but not yet. Have you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll tell you what, I've had a chance to do a few different I've done Maverick games. I've done Spurs games. I've done Rockets games. Had a chance to cover the Bulls once when I was living in Peoria, Illinois, doing radio. So I've been real fortunate being in some of those places. But it's a similar thing. Like, we've talked about this before. I've brought it up before. About hockey and NASCAR. It's completely different live and on TV. You
Uh-huh.
guys that have been there, it's completely different being in that stadium, in that Coliseum, than it is watching it on TV. It's a whole different just vibe.
Yeah, it is. And I've been to plenty of college basketball. I went to the tournament twice. So that I've had the experience to see, here in Buffalo when the tournament was here. And I went to a Syracuse game and that too. But so that's an interesting experience. If you guys have never been to an NCAA tournament game, I suggest that. That's an amazing atmosphere. Fun. Yeah.
They've been getting down the paint can a lot over the last couple years. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they were in Pittsburgh last year because I got a friend that's going to Duquesne University now, and when they were touring down there, they went and saw some tournament games there last year.
Weren't the Dukes in it last year?
I believe they were. They weren't playing in Pittsburgh, but they were. I believe.
I don't remember where they were. I think I picked them just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Not all the way. I mean, just a game. I'm not going to blow my bracket on this.
Right. But yeah, just a first round game.
Yeah, but I mean, I would have cheered for them if they kept going. I wouldn't have cared then, because that would have been a bracket buster for sure.
Yeah.
And the funny part from the media standpoint of going to the tournament games and that, because Baylor hosted a ton, especially with the Lady Bears. Mm-hmm. And you get it, and it's no longer the college, the university that handles everything. It's NCAA. Mm-hmm. So, like, you can't take a can or a plastic bottle of drink out to the media table with you. You got to put it in one of those blue NCAA paper cups, that says NCAA March Madness or whatever across it and that kind of deal. You can't have certain things on you that have certain logos and all that. Like I couldn't wear. I actually have one. I have a Baylor Gatorade shirt. Well, Powerade is the presenting sponsor for the tournament. I couldn't wear that shirt, even though I was covering the game in that. Mm-hmm. I couldn't wear it because there was a chance they were going to get a shot of me sitting on media row and take the pan shot and catch that Gatorade logo.
Wow.
They got some all kind of weird, crazy stuff.
Yeah, let me tell you this. I was down here in Southwest Florida when Dunk City was happening in 2013.
Oh, yeah. And is that university near you?
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes from my house.
Wow. Yeah, Florida Gulf Coast. I remember them. And how far they went to the Final 8?
Sweet 16.
Guy loves sports.
Sweet
Jack
16.
Stewart. Dylan, is that one of your guys?
I have no idea. I've never heard of you, Jack.
Let us know, man. You want to bullshit with us? Jump on. Let us know. We have open table. Open mic.
Yeah, yeah, it is. When Baylor went all the way and won the men won the national title a few years ago, that the stuff that they do from a production standpoint is nuts. I helped them out with a few things that they did at Baylor. And then they actually, if you saw the pregame show leading into the championship game, they did a deal in my studio with me on the air that was on national TV. Wow. And they came because I was a CBS affiliate, CBS Sports affiliate. So they came in and they shot video in there, and they interviewed me for, the impact on Baylor and all that, the whole team and all that kind of stuff. But we went around and they must have shot, I kid you not, guys, they had to have shot 20 hours of film.
Wow.
To do those little vignettes and that kind of stuff. Maybe 20 minutes of airtime, and they spent 20 hours shooting film. They shot God and everything around Baylor and around Waco.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
and usually national championship games would be like David and Goliath. You would have that was, I mean, that Baylor Gonzaga game consisted of the two best teams, and Baylor just absolutely ate Gonzaga's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the snack on the plane flight home.
Yeah, we were pretty proud of that team that year. We had a pretty nice run here at Baylor, about 3-4 years that it was Final Four, Elite Eight, that kind of thing. Coach Drew has made a massive impact from when he got here 20 years ago.
And I'm glad he stayed. I'm glad he stayed because Scott Drew and Baylor fit like
He's a big part of the community, Dylan. He really is, man. You run into him at dinner and that kind of thing. He'll say hi to you. He's not standoffish at all. If someone wants to come over and talk to him, he'll talk to him. If someone wants an autograph or a picture, he does that. He does a ton of different things with community organizations and that kind of deal. He encourages his players to do the same. They're required to do X amount of hours of volunteer work every season or every semester, whether it's YMCA or Salvation Army or Meals on Wheels or whatever it is, but they're required to do a certain amount of hours every semester to meet their volunteer requirements, which I think is pretty cool.
What year did they win? 21?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Or no. Was that March 21? Yeah, it was. You're right.
I think because there was no tournament in 20.
Right.
I think that was the first one back. I think Virginia had won in 19.
Yeah,
You're right. I think it was 21.
It was 21 because it was right before I got sick. So another story for another day. But yeah, I got sick September of that same year. That March of 2021 was a very fun time, and we had watch parties at these restaurants all over town, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it was nuts. But I got the chance to cover into the Sweet 16.
awesome.
It's funny because you have to play it cool. You have to play it straight, no matter how much you want to be cheering and that kind of deal. So you got to play it straight as a media member.
Yeah, Rich. I've done games for the ECHL Florida Everblades on the replay option, and I do replay. I do replay cams, and it's tough to show replays. But I try and show the whole play because guess what happens when you see the play? You see whether somebody grabs them, a goal happens, somebody. A fight happens, or if Aaron Judge hits a home run. And by the way, how'd your Steelers look the other night? I mean, Russell Wilson looked better than Aaron Rodgers.
A lot better.
I'm going to throw this up there for you guys for this one.
Oh, okay.
Well, if Garrett Wilson would have been able to catch a ball and not have it bounce a million ways, this game. I mean, Devontae Adams. So Devontae Adams lost to the Steelers 2 times in 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah, did you see the thing today on Twitter about the Jets were going to trade him to the Giants so Devontae Adams could lose 3 weeks in a row to the Steelers? I mean, they look good. They look good. They're supposed to look good against bad teams. Well,
second half of the schedule, boys.
The bottom line is whatever quarterback they start, they're going back to playing Pittsburgh Steeler football, where you control the clock, manage the offense, run the ball. That's the identity that that they're used to playing, and you don't change it. You run that type of offense.
Well,
and I don't understand why they didn't open it up with Fields back there like they did with Russ. Because I can remember maybe 2 plays in the first 6 games where they had him going downfield, like Russ was trying to throw downfield. And Fields has got a better arm than Russ does by a long stretch. So I still don't agree with the decision. I like the results. I love the results. I still think it was a bad decision.
Okay, because I was just going to ask you that. As an outsider, I thought it was a bad decision too, and I had no clue as to why he was doing that. And I was going to ask Steelers fans here, what was your thought going into it, and now what are you thinking for this coming week?
Now we got another cheesy game. I can tell you that much, Joe. Monday night,
Right.
Giants.
Yeah, I mean Monday night they should be able to put whoever back there. They could go get Mason Rudolph back and put him back here, and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Neighbors playing Monday night? Does anyone know yet?
Yeah, he played. I think he played the other day.
Yes.
So I would assume he's going to play.
By the way, I like TJ Watt sacks on Daniel Jones because every time I saw Daniel Jones drop back, he was ending the play on his bum.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like they're showing that he is expected to play.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I mean, okay, that's great. It still doesn't matter that much because Wandale Robinson and Darius Slayton don't scare me. I don't know about you, Adam. They don't scare me much. One of the biggest things that the Steelers got back Sunday night that a lot of people kind of slept on is that we got Alex Highsmith back.
Oh yeah.
To complement that other side for TJ Watt. And with those 2 guys, and then Cam Hayward in the middle, Minka Fitzpatrick at free safety.
Don't forget Beanie Bishop.
Hey,
say again?
Don't
Beanie
forget
Bishop is going to be tough, man.
Hey, is Holcomb ready to come off the PUP list too?
I think so.
I didn't look. I have him on my fantasy, but I didn't check. I didn't set my lineup yet.
That's what I'm looking right now.
Are you thinking? Wait, are you referring to Cole Holcomb?
Yeah. I think for some reason I'm thinking he's not due to come back for a while.
I don't know. I didn't look. I could look.
So now what are the Steelers? 5-2?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
He's out for the year.
Holcomb done for the year now?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Wow.
He missed all last year. Or he got injured week 9 of last year. Yeah. So he was put on in July, he was put on the PUP list. Yeah, it's not. They're saying at minimum. Well, it's looking like they're saying at minimum it would be December. But if and when they get him back, it's gonna make a difference. But I mean, just the simple fact that they're healthy now, because I realize that Watt and Minka and Cam Hayward get most of the ink when it comes to the Steelers defense. Alex Highsmith is an extremely big part of that defense. And him being out was huge, especially on the pass rush and the ability to contain to the inside. And of course, what happens when you contain to the inside? There's 97 waiting for you in Cam Hayward. So, and Larry Ogunjobi.
He's playing young right now, guys, but just remember, Cam is up there in age. Eventually, it's going to catch up.
I don't know.
He's
Cam
what,
Hayward
35?
is a fine wine.
I'm just saying. I mean, we watched Flacco do it all last year when he came back off the bench, off retirement. He played great, and then he got in that playoff game and couldn't throw a fucking ball to save his life.
Right.
And by the way, I bet you the Browns wish he was starting this weekend.
Yeah.
I do like DTR though. I want to see what he's got. I mean, he could be the foil, and then they can draft a quarterback next year. I mean, Watson's done now after that injury.
And Reece James can throw the ball. I'm sure he might throw a few to the other team.
Oh, Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
No, James is starting.
Dalton Kincaid get more balls thrown his way, but apparently we had a break in Amari Cooper, huh, boys?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, slow start, but he ended up with a touchdown. Caught 4 passes, and like we said it on our show. We might have even said it here last week that it helps the Bills' offense just to have another guy, a number one guy, but it has a ripple effect on the entire offense, and that was proven even on Sunday. You had Khalil Shakir catching 7 passes and doing well. Keon Coleman caught for over 100.
That was a good key back to you guys because he was coming off of injury.
Mm-hmm. So,
I think that put. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it just impacts and has a ripple effect on the entire offense.
Well, and remember, Joe, we were talking about this last week that bringing Cooper in allows Coleman and Shakir to go back to their element as a 2 and a 3 instead of being a 1 and a 2. Right. And I mean, I'm sure Josh Allen was like, because he just. I'm sorry, it's Mahomes, Allen, and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Allen threw for over 300 yards on Sunday too. So
I might put Lamar Jackson in that conversation as the number 3.
I would put Jackson.
Put Jackson at 3, and then everybody else.
He didn't do much last night. He only threw 5 touchdown passes, but other than that,
I actually have Lamar 4 because I want to see Lamar win a big time playoff game.
I don't, but I'm a Steelers fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well, we're 39 minutes into this episode, and we haven't mentioned baseball once. But congratulations, James. For the first time since 2009, the Yankees are in the Fall Classic, and the reward is they played the Dodgers.
Not afraid of them. Not afraid of them at all. Just like even with the Mets. I mean, I wasn't going to be afraid of either or.
Wait a minute. You were going to be afraid of Francisco Lindor. How are you going to face Shohei Ohtani now?
No, he's saying he wouldn't have been afraid of either the Dodgers or the Mets.
Did you see did you see the way our pitching's been all postseason? It's been the starters have been decent, but the bullpen's been shutting everybody down.
Wait a minute. Well, you starters are going 2-3 innings a game. That's not going to work too well.
Our bullpen was shutting everybody down, and if our hitters hit clutch, that's all you need.
They just gave the Yankees a week off. The Yankees are good at buying time to find wins.
Like I said, the Dodgers when they were playing the Mets, the Dodgers had to use their entire bullpen too.
True,
and they did it effectively. Yeah. And they smacked the Mets around. But you wonder how this layoff is going to affect a team. But it's good that both teams have the long layoff. It's not like one team had this long layoff and is going to be stale, and then the other team is going to be fresh coming off. I mean, both
I can
teams.
tell you one thing. With this weather right now, it would be like a damn night game in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
And Dylan, you mentioned how do the Yankees deal with Shohei Ohtani? How did the Dodgers deal with Soto? How did they deal with Judge? How did they deal with Stanton? You gotta call it from both ends like that, you know?
True.
Right. Now it's warm tonight. The World Series doesn't start for another year and a half. So we'll see what the weather is going to be on Friday and Saturday, although they start in Los Angeles, I believe.
Yeah, they do. They start in Los Angeles. It's going to be Cole against Flaherty, and that's one of the big things to me that concerns me about the Dodgers starting out of the box is Flaherty has been awful.
Mhm.
I mean, straight just trash.
Flaherty was great
you
game
know,
1 against the Padres, but he looked a little fatigued in game 5.
Yeah, the Mets.
And then against the Mets beat him up. So I mean, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if at minimum the Yankees split that series in LA coming back to Yankee Stadium for 3, 4, 5. So they split there. I mean, I could certainly see this series going 7. I don't know about you guys, but I can seriously see it going 7.
I say 7.
7. We haven't seen a good 7 in a while.
Yeah.
I've got a bold prediction. I don't think this will be a series at all. I think the Dodgers win in 5, maybe 6 games.
Wow. Beginning of the year, I got a witness there by Mr. Malloy. I did pick Dodgers Yankees World Series here, and I did pick the Dodgers to win it. So I'm going to stick with that. Dodgers in 7.
I picked Braves Orioles.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get as much. See, I don't have a dog in the hunt on this thing, but I'm just looking at proofs in the pudding. I'll go Yankees in 7.
Okay.
They celebrate on road turf.
By the way, Jamie, were you alive the last time that the Yankees and Dodgers met in the Fall Classic?
I was not. It was 1981, and the Dodgers won that one.
I was only 15 years old at the time.
Yeah, I was 2.
I was
in high school.
10. I was 10. That was the strike shortened season.
I was 11 years from being born.
Yeah, that was a strike shortened year. They only played, I think, 100 games or something like that.
108 games.
I was a sophomore in high school at the time.
By the way, bonus trivia question for you guys. Who led baseball in wins in 1981? I'll give you a hint. They didn't make the playoffs.
Oh, I was going to say Valenzuela.
No, they didn't. No, it wasn't.
You got to remember, Joe, there were only 4 teams that made the playoffs at this point.
8
Yeah.
Because of the split.
They had the split season that year because of the strike.
Right.
Was it somebody on the Reds?
Wait, what? 8 teams made the play? I thought it was East, West, both NL and AL.
Just
that was, but because of the strike, you had a first half and a second half, and the winner of the first half and the winner of the second half played each other, and then so you had 8 teams.
Yeah, that year.
Yeah. 81. No, 81 was. It was either Carlton or Seaver. I'll take Seaver.
The Cincinnati Reds led baseball in wins that year.
And did not make the playoffs. Was it somebody on the Reds?
I have no idea who led in wins that year. I mean, team-wise. I don't know player-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, it was either Tom Seaver or Carlton. I think it was Tom Seaver that led the league in wins that year.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. But I know the Reds they got gypped because they won. They had more wins than anybody, but they didn't win either split.
Tom Seaver, Pete Vukovich, Dennis Martinez, Steve McCavey, and Jack Moores all won 14 games that year.
Wow. And that's when starting pitchers actually pitch deep into games.
Yep.
That was before analytics were even thought of.
Right.
Then you have
201 in a strike shortened season. Innings pitched leader, 201 innings.
How many people pitched 201 this year?
None.
That would probably be, I think, 3.
Yeah.
I think
Be an interesting. I don't know the answer to it, but
I do, and I'm sitting here thinking about it.
wait, I don't want postseason, you dummy. I want regular season. I don't care about
Well, I know Gilbert, Wheeler, because we talked about this. Gilbert, Wheeler, Lugo, Webb.
Logan Gilbert, Seth Lugo, Logan Webb, and Zach Wheeler all threw 200 innings. Nola was 2 out shy of
There we
200
go.
innings.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow. And now you get a strike shortened season and all these guys
6 points for the big guy.
pitching.
Yeah. They play what, 70 fewer games, and he has one more inning than all these other guys.
Wow.
So Jamie, what do you think is going to be a key to this series?
Which bullpen which bullpen isn't gonna F up? Can the Yankees superstars bat well? And can they at least contain Ohtani? 3 things.
And then you think the Dodgers? I mean, Dodgers have.
Wait, hold on. Would you walk Ohtani like the Angels did against Bonds? And then when no one was on, they pitched the Bonds and he would hit a bomb when it was already out of hand.
Yeah, but you can't do that because you got Mookie Betts right behind him.
Yeah.
I just say you pitch to him and you pitch to him and you pitch to him and you take what you get from it. That's what I would do.
I think I'd rather get beat by Betts, and I believe if any team would know how to pitch the Betts, it would be the Yankees.
Right, with their pitching.
Well, it's been a long time since he played for the Red Sox, though, Adam.
Yeah, but they still, you still don't change that much.
Right, but
there ain't one pitcher on that Yankees staff that pitched for the Yankees when he was at the Red Sox.
Yeah, Cole.
I'm just saying,
like before Betts got traded.
Cole signed with the Yankees in 2020.
And when did
Betts went to the Dodgers? Betts went to the Dodgers in 21, I think.
No, Betts was traded in 2020.
I'm just saying, I would not pitch to Ohtani.
I would. The Yankees aren't afraid of him. What are you supposed to do? Act like you're afraid of somebody? No, you never go into that attitude acting like you're afraid of anybody.
And for that matter, what are the Dodgers going to do with Aaron Judge? Because it seemed like one of Soder, Judge, or Stan is hitting a bomb every other game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's my question for you, Jamie. Seriously. I mean, so far this postseason, Volpe's hitting 310, Torres is hitting 297, and Mr. 200, Giancarlo Stanton's hitting 294. Do you really think all three or any of those guys or all of those guys can keep hitting like that for another week?
I don't know. A lot depends on law of average.
But I mean, Soto's hitting 330, but you expect that. That's status quo for Soto. Judge actually has struggled in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still hitting under 200, isn't he, for the playoffs? Yeah, he's 161 for the playoffs.
Wow.
I just want, it seems like there's always that guy for the Yankees, whether it's Brocious or Bernie Williams or somebody like that, or Posada, that's not the huge name that ends up coming through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But like I said, they're going to continue to trust their gut and stick with that. And as for the pitching, they're going to continue to keep throwing out their best arms, and it's worked all postseason.
Sure. This is going to be interesting. I really think it's going to be. I think it's going to be an interesting series.
I'm just glad that the two best teams made it. You know, I've talked about it all the time. I hate the playoff system that baseball has these days. And again, the last few years, the right teams were not there. This time they are. And this is what everybody wanted. And I think this is what everybody deserves.
Mhm.
Oh,
I just wish Freddie Freeman was healthy. I
Yeah.
just wish Freddie Freeman was healthy because Freddie Freeman at 100% makes a dramatic difference
I don't know if the
than
Dodgers didn't
Freddie
need him
Freeman on
again.
a really bad wheel. Huh?
I don't know if the Mets.
Playoffs is on fire right now.
I don't know if the Dodgers didn't need him in the NLCS. I mean, James,
Hernandez.
you worried that the Yankees haven't been playoff tested because they've only been beating up the AL Central?
What?
Do I feel that? Wait, you asking if I feel like they haven't been
Playoff testing since the Yankees have beaten up the AL Central.
Well, Cleveland was the second best team in the American League, weren't they?
Cleveland had no chance to win that series. No chance with that crappy starting pitching.
They were. I agree with Dylan on that. They were not that strong for a number 2 seed, and I told Adam that too.
Okay.
So
They weren't that strong, but they
I don't-
had a
but
shot.
like I said, I think their pitching can. Their pitching can hold up with the Dodgers. It's can their guys keep hitting, like Rich said.
Okay, guys, it is Trivia Tuesday, and I've got 3 categories of questions. I've got World Series MVP, Yankees, and Dodgers. What do you want me to start with first?
Yeah, I didn't hear the categories.
Just shoot off a question, man.
MVP, Yankees, Dodgers.
Oh, who we think is going to win the MVP?
No. Trivia questions about World Series MVPs.
Why don't you surprise us?
Let's do World Series MVPs.
Okay, okay. Question number 1. Who was the only World Series MVP on a losing team?
Oh, Bobby Richardson, 1960.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep. Bobby Richardson played for the Yankees, and they lost a 7-game series to the Pirates that year, 1960.
Yep, Bobby Richardson's my cousin.
You're kidding, right?
So yeah, Bill Mazeroski's walk-off 7th inning, or walk-off homers, 9th inning, 7th game. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if Whitey Ford would have been pitching that game, the Yankees probably won the World Championship that year.
But then the next year we win in 61, which is good with Roger Maris's historic year. But anyway, let's go on.
You won pretty much every year in the 50s.
That was back when they didn't have playoffs. It was just the best record in the AL matchup against the best record in the NL to go to. It was kind of like the BCS of baseball back then. Like
it's the 54, 55, and 57. Throw in 59 too. Yeah. Who was the only World Series MVP who won All-Star Game MVP in the same year?
If I actually paid attention to the All-Star games, I might know this.
What do you think?
I do not.
I do pay attention to the All-Star game, but I have no idea.
Robin Ventura? No.
Oh.
Corey Seager?
No. Right position.
Corey Seager at least
exactly.
Shots.
Oh, third.
Right. I know exactly who it is. Now I'm thinking about it.
Corey Seager was a third baseman, so
it was a short.
No, Seager was a short.
Oh, Derek Jeter.
No, I'm just saying, but Corey Seager's
it's Jeter.
Number 2, Derek Jeter.
It's Jeter.
In 2000.
Yep.
Wow. There's a reason I blanked that out of my mind.
Oh yeah, because they played the Mets that year.
Oh, that was the Piazza Clemens bat episode, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Yep.
That was classic.
Who was the first Hall of Famer to win World Series MVP?
First Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer to win World Series MVP?
Yeah.
No, not Peter.
So how far back are we going? Are we
Mickey
like
It's
Mantle.
not. Is Don Larson in the? No, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
No.
honest whack?
Not
Whitey
Mickey
Ford.
Mantle. Whitey Ford.
Whitey Ford, 1961.
You guys are good.
It was a safe bet. It was a
I
Yankee
didn't think
pitch.
it
It was
was-
a
I didn't
Yankee.
think it was-
You know.
What years were there multiple World Series MVPs?
81 because of
1981 it
the
was.
Dodgers. Yeah, they had what 3? Say, Guerrero, and Yeager.
Yep.
And then 01.
01, yeah.
Schilling big unit.
In the big unit, yeah.
I think that's it. Is
Yep.
that it?
81 and 01.
Like you're talking to Rich is like a walking fucking Botanica, dude. He's awesome.
Sorry.
I guess, hey, nothing wrong with that.
53 years of this. 53 years of this shit rolling around in my head.
I don't pay attention enough, I guess, because I watched all these games in 81 and 01 and that, but I have no clue with any of these questions.
So you were also 15 and 81. I'm sure you might have been doing other stuff.
I probably was.
All right, I've got Yankee questions now.
You were coming out of
We
the
all
7.
know Mariano Rivera is the GOAT.
Save these things. What's going on here?
We know Mariano Rivera is the GOAT of closers. How many World Series saves did Mo rack up?
Oh.
How many World Series saves did he have?
Yes.
These are fucking
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say 13.
It's funny. I was going to say 12.
I know it's probably double digits. What'd you guys say?
Joe said 12. I said 13.
I'll go 11.
Rich, you're a genius.
Whatever.
What?
Just right, baby.
I simply guessed it.
It was
I went
11?
off of what you guys had.
It was 11?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive.
And the one everybody remembers is the one he lost.
Where he threw the ball away for the double play. Yep.
Next question. How many World Series hits did Joe Cheater rack up?
World Series games.
Holy how?
Let's
you
see.
repeat that?
96, 98.
No,
99.
not World Series rings. How many hits did he compile in those World Series?
Oh my gosh.
2000.
No, this is just World Series hits, right?
Oh, okay.
Question, like this is World Series only, right?
I'm listening. Yes.
Yes.
Probably the whole playoff scenario. We're just looking at that one game, 7-game series, right?
Yes. Okay, 15.
50.
I'm gonna say 24.
Rich, come on, man. 50? Come on, 50, 5-0.
Dude had a hit every damn time he turned around. He played in about 15 World Series.
I said 15.
Okay, this one. Okay, you've got no chance of getting this one. What Yankee was caught stealing to end the World Series?
What was the answer?
50.
For Derek Jeter?
Rich got it again.
What Yankee was caught stealing to?
What Yankee was caught stealing to end the World Series?
Okay, this has got to be 50s, 60s.
Yogi Berra? No.
Phil Rizzuto.
Phil Rizzuto, yeah.
Joe, you have any guesses?
I have 0 guesses on this one.
I was going to say
Adam?
it's 7.
Goose
That was-
Scott, no, Greg Nettles.
You're all gonna kick yourself for this one. George Herman Roof.
Babe Ruth.
Okay.
Babe Ruth was thrown out to end the World Series.
Fucking stealing base.
That's weird.
He was a big boy, man. Anyway,
Does- What year
Ruth
was it?
thrown out to end the 26 World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Roger Hornsby tagged out Roof at second base.
Wow. Would have never guessed it.
Pictured Babe Ruth.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I could have made 100 guesses and not come up with Babe Ruth.
Mhm.
okay. Next.
I need the Woody Page fucking chalkboard for this shit.
That's why I've got my notepad. Thinking, what?
Wow, that's sports questions for 400, Alex.
What? Yeah, wait, I'm thinking.
R.I.P.
Definitely.
Mhm.
What Yankee won the 2009 World Series MVP?
Hideki Matsui.
Of course, Jamie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say
Ozira.
too.
Okay, the Dodgers.
Zero.
To the
That dude was-
Dodgers now.
Machine, man.
Who drove home both runs for the Brooklyn Dodgers in Game 7 of the 55 World Series?
Jackie Robinson.
That would have been my guess.
That would have been. That was my first thought, but that's too obvious. Roy Campanella.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of
Pee Wee Reese.
Hokey Reese.
No, Pokey Reese is not in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Pokey Reese
Pee-
played for
Pee
the Red
Wee.
Sox. Pokey,
Pee Wee Reese. No, I said Pee Wee Reese, and Pee Wee Reese is in the Hall of Fame. I
Pokey
believe.
Reese played for the Red Sox.
It-
And
not-
the Red.
Pittsburgh
Not-
Pirates, baby.
I'll give you a hint, Joe. 1969 World Series.
You said 55.
I'll give
No,
you a
but
hint.
he's-
1969 World Series winning manager.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. All right, I got
Oh,
it.
for the Mets, Miracle Mets, 1969.
I would have never guessed Gil Hodges, but that's
Gil
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 Hodges.
Hodges.
okay.
All right.
How many Twins did Sandy Koufax strike out in Game 7 of the 65 World Series?
Well, it can only be
19.
go extra innings.
12.
26.
12, I say.
I said 19.
I said, did it go extra innings, Joe? And you said,
No.
11.
Oh, no, I
10.
said 12 strikeouts.
10.
Oh,
10.
oh shit.
I have no idea if it went extra innings.
No, it didn't.
No.
The Dodgers won that game 2-0.
Okay.
Was Sandy Koufax against Jim Cott, both guys on 2 base arrests.
Wow.
That wouldn't be doable nowadays.
Nope.
Yeah, they probably threw 150 pitches each, too.
Speaking of
Probably.
how many pitches did Fernando Mania throw in Game 3 of the 81 World Series?
140.
Say it again.
140.
Wait, what is this question?
How many pitches did Fernando Mania throw in Game 3 of the 81 World Series?
Did they
I'll
even
say-
track pitches back then?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
pitching
Yeah, they
four.
did.
I'm gonna say pitching
145.
Oh, you guys are so close.
Question?
147.
Wow. Yeah, and it was like nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever come close to throwing 140 pitches now.
If you threw 140 pitches, somebody's getting sued.
Right. Or fired.
Okay,
Yeah.
more recently, how many hits did Corey Seager collect in the 2020 World Series against the Rays?
You mean the Blake Snell, the Blake Snell analytics game?
Oops.
Wow.
13.
What did you say,
13.
Jamie?
Wait, what was the question?
How many hits did Corey Seager total in the 2020 World Series?
Enough to get MVP?
13.
No. It plays off of the date. He had 20 hits in the 2020 World Series.
I thought that was postseason. I said World Series, not postseason.
Still could have got 20 in the World Series. I mean,
No, I mean, no. Corey Seager got 8 hits in the World Series. I think he might
in the
have
World
gotten
Series.
20 in the postseason.
okay.
Okay, now I think we should have a trivia showdown between Rich and me. But you're all welcome to chime in.
All right. Now, listen, I'm going to step out here while you guys do that, especially since, again, I've been watching all these games and I have no clue as to what you're saying. Thanks for getting me on here today. Sorry, a little late, but
All right, you're doing your own thing there, Joe. You got your show, and you need a little water break.
But yeah, like I said, Jamie and I were trying to get in right away, but we were sitting in the wrong room, I guess, because the link you sent us, we were just kind of sitting there.
Couldn't you just get in the open? Couldn't you just get in the stream room? Just back out of StreamYard, get in the open sports mic.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Joe don't have backstage access.
Yeah, I don't have that, so maybe that's why I didn't know about it. But no problem. But I appreciate you getting me in here, and always enjoy talking to you guys, and we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely, Joe. Every Tuesday, you know this.
Yes.
Even though the kids at work
Absolutely, man.
The kids at work are starting to get a little frustrated because they want me to go to Top Golf, and on Tuesdays and around this area it is half off, and they're like, "You coming?" And I'm like, "No, I got a show. I got more important shit to do."
Open mic, yeah, right. So
yeah, my blue mic's more important than hitting 280-yard drives.
Yeah, hitting 280-yard drives. I don't know what that's like.
I didn't even bring out my clubs once this year, and that's pathetic. I know, I get it, but I did go to this place called Lake Top Golf. My sister rented it for my sister's boyfriend, or husband. Oh my gosh, boyfriend! Jesus Christ, he's gonna shoot me. Anyway, I was hitting the 6-iron farther than the driver.
Wow.
I had a kid's driver, and I was just messing around with it. So
awesome.
But I was hitting 160 off the tee. I was pretty excited about that because I haven't swung a golf club all year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But then I was hitting the 6-iron the same distance, and I was highly confused.
I went out for the last time on Saturday. It was 70 degrees Saturday here, so
No,
that's
don't do that time. It's way too early. Everyone's starting to give the discounts now.
Well, I got the discount then, but after that performance, I think it should be my last time out this year. So
it's got to end on a good note, Joe. You got to end on a good note. You know that.
I know. Yeah, I'll try and see if I can get out there. But again, always great talking to you guys, and we'll do it again soon.
All right, Joe.
Have a good night,
Joe.
Buddy.
See you later.
Yeah, see you, Joe.
You have some tough baseball questions for Rich and me, fellas?
I don't have shit.
Wow, rats.
What about Sparks?
Never prepared for trivia. I didn't even know we were doing trivia.
It's Trivia
Hey, Jamie.
Tuesday.
It's not Trivia Tuesday. It's Open Sports Mic Tuesday.
And
Hey, Jamie,
Trivia
so here's a thought for you. Because I saw this come up the other day, and I was thinking, okay, I got to look at the guys. And actually, Dylan, this will fall to you, too. I'm kind of curious. I'm going to ask Adam about this tomorrow night. So, Adam, go ahead and put your headphones on. Jamie, your Mount Rushmore of the Buffalo Bills.
My Mount Rushmore of the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
Gotta go with Jim Kelly for quarterback. My running back would be Thurman. My starting 5 offensive linemen, Kent
Take
Hall.
No.
Wait
Remember,
a
Mount
minute.
Rushmore is just
Can't-
4 people.
Okay.
Just
So I got
just
Jim.
4 people.
So let's see. Jim Kelly, Thurman, Andre Reed, and Bruce Smith.
Gotcha. At some point, could Josh Allen knock one of them off?
I think so, yeah.
All right, Dylan. Jacksonville Jaguars, Mount Rushmore.
Tony Baselli,
That's a gimme.
Mark Brunell,
Okay.
Fred Taylor, and Tom Coughlin.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, in fact, Tom Coughlin got us to a couple AFC Championship games. I mean, I
As an
loved
expansion.
MJD. I loved MJD.
That was the one that I was kind of curious you didn't have on there, but that's the cool part about doing those because it's to each his own. There's not very many teams that it's like, okay, there's an obvious 4.
I'm sure
So that's why
I'm sure the Steeler list would be harder because you have so many great legends.
Safe for me to come back in yet? Someone give me a signal.
Go ahead. You can, yeah.
I really
good?
didn't want to. I really didn't want to hear the question, so I figured I'd wait.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna hit you with the question tomorrow night. So
Ooh.
when we do our show, Pirate Steeler chat. So but here's one for all 3 of you guys. And if it ties in with this, but it doesn't, okay? If you were only able, now you gotta really think about this one for a second. If you were only able to watch, participate in, have anything to do with one sport for the rest of your life, what sport would it be?
Wait, what? Rich, re-ask that question.
You can only watch, participate, wear gear for whatever, one sport for the rest of your life. What sport is it?
One sport, Rich.
It's hard not to pick. It's hard not to pick football with Mahomes and come with all the quarterbacks.
So wait. So here's what's playing into this. Okay. So if we have one sport only, does it go year round? I guess that's the next question.
Sure, why not?
Well, football.
It can. I mean, it can. I guess in this particular world, sure, it's a year-round sport.
Football's definitely year-round now. You got pro, you got college, and then you got spring football, and then you do it all over again.
Yeah, did you specify what it is? Like, does it have to be one?
No. It's just the sport itself. But you can only have one. So, Jamie, if you go football, that means your Yankee stuff. You can never watch a Yankee game again. You can never wear Yankees gear. You can never go to a Yankees game. Baseball doesn't exist for you anymore. That kind of thing.
Well,
this is a really tough question.
Actually,
it's a tough. The crazy part of it is
now that I
it's
think
a
about it,
tough
maybe
question with
maybe
no
I would
right
do
answer.
baseball now because of the pitch clock and the Yankees.
Right, but it's a tough question with no right answer
Hockey,
because
hockey,
everybody can.
hockey popped into my mind, but I was like,
I was gonna say hockey too.
but
Yeah.
I was like,
Then
Saber.
you'd be ditching, but then you'd be ditching every other sport.
I would never. That's why this is too subjective of a question.
Right. That's why I say it's a really tough question, but there's not a right or wrong answer.
Right.
It's just your personal, Dylan.
I think he's
I mean, it's
shocked.
hard not to pick football. I mean, hockey's got a strong argument, though, especially because I work for a hockey team here.
So wait, Rich. What if I picked one sport, but I ended up getting a job at another sport?
No other sport can be a part of your life.
In this case, that wouldn't work.
Jamie being
Basically.
Right. I mean, this is one of those rhetorical questions, hypothetical questions that there's no right answer to. It really does stimulate conversation. And I know we got people listening and watching and that kind of stuff. Let us know, what would you do? Mine would be baseball. I mean, it took me a while to think about it, but mine would be baseball. Just simply because it was my first love. And baseball. You can ask my wife. The funny part is, a lot of times opening day and our anniversary is the same day, but opening day is a holiday to me, no matter what it is.
Well, I bet
So,
Oakland fans would say, just a soccer club that's playing at Oakland Coliseum because they got no professional sports anymore, really.
right.
Can I think about this? Because this is like life changing, Rich.
I didn't mean to make it that difficult, guys.
He did,
But it does. I mean, with all of us being multi-sport fans and really big fans of multiple sports, it really is something you got to think about. But it's something that you can
Like,
legitimately say there's not a right answer.
I want to say basketball, but then I would miss the NCAA tournament so much.
Mm-hmm.
I need that in March. I need that to get through March.
You would miss all your local teams. You would have no Steelers, no Pirates, no Penguins.
No, I was just saying, like, I was gonna say basketball, but then I'm like, wait, that'd be March Madness. I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If you said basketball, then you could watch, but you couldn't do any of the Pittsburgh stuff.
Right. I
It'd
wouldn't
be
have I
you
wouldn't have a
completely lock yourself out of all the Pittsburgh sports.
Cleveland or Philly to act like I'm a fan. Like, I'd have to pick up one of those arch rivals.
Yeah, you have to pick up either Philly or Cleveland, I guess.
Yeah, it's a horrible situation.
Or you could come in with me and join on the Bills.
I said basketball, Jamie. I didn't say football.
Although they're actually thinking about having an expansion team in Pittsburgh pretty soon. They're talking about expansion now that COVID's over and like the league's back to normal. It's profitable.
Yeah, the NBA's got 4 or 5 cities in mind. They've brought up Seattle again, Portland, or not Portland, but
Austin.
oh crap,
Pittsburgh was one of them.
Pittsburgh was one of them. It was Pittsburgh, Seattle, Austin, Texas, Nashville, and there was a 5th one, and I can't remember what it was. Birmingham?
Yeah, it was Birmingham.
So, Seattle obviously has that track record of having the Supersonics a long time ago.
And then they would bring them back as the Supersonics again.
I would think so. I know the other teams in Texas don't like the idea of there being another team in Texas, particularly with Austin, because that definitely does make a foursquare for the area. But could Pittsburgh carry a NBA team? Probably.
Man,
I think we're the biggest city in the country to not have the four major sports. That we're missing one. When you look at the cities that have all four major sports, then you look at the ones that have three or fewer. Pittsburgh is the biggest of those cities that has three or fewer.
is Cooper Cup traded by tomorrow?
Say again?
Is Cooper Cup traded by tomorrow?
Nope.
Does Cooper Cup get traded?
He's on the block.
And you know where one of the places people are talking is
Red and white,
Kansas,
baby.
Kansas City.
Red and white,
Pittsburgh.
baby. Oh God, Rich, more fucking fake hype.
I understand. But I'll tell you what, I would like that aspect more than either one of the other ones that they've been talking about. I would like Cup more than Ayuk or Adams.
Except that Ayuk's done for the year.
Well, now he is.
Well, but what I'm saying is, I mean,
The Rams
the whole thought of Cooper Cup, because
that's stupid
I mean,
and straight to the Niners in division.
yeah, he's not going to the Niners. There were. I'm trying to remember what I saw earlier.
But you got to remember, McVay and Shanahan are they're in the coaching tree.
Oh, I forgot too. Las Vegas was a possibility too for an expansion.
Not going to Vegas.
Yeah, you're right.
NBA.
You're right.
Oh, NBA. I'm sorry.
NBA, yeah. But I saw 4 teams earlier that they were talking about as prime candidates.
Vegas would
Cooper
make
Cup.
sense.
I'm trying to remember.
Vegas would make sense because Vegas has got every other sport.
Yeah. Well, so does Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
But no, it was the Steelers, the Chiefs.
Niners.
Niners.
The
The Niners weren't on that list.
I thought I read the Niners got into that list.
I think San Diego the Chargers. And who was the other one?
Cooper Cup would love that. He wouldn't have to change houses.
Yeah.
Just change locker room.
Oh, New England.
Oh
New
gosh,
England's the
like wide receiver hell no. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I'd rather catch passes from Russell Wilson. I mean, Jalen Polk right now can't play.
I'm going to be surprised if somebody would have to just make an absolutely fantastic offer.
He's not like a young puck anymore.
Cup's not old.
He's 31.
He is for wide receiver.
This is why I think the Steelers would be dumb to go after him. He's 31 years old. Unfortunately, that is.
Yeah. Like I say, I mean, I could see him.
We're going to see Van.
I could see him, but
again.
Do I know?
Cup action with Vaughn Jefferson.
Yeah. But I mean, I could see him fitting better than either of the other two guys. But again, I don't see anything. I think what's going to end up happening is the Steelers are going to go after a receiver in the draft. Is what I think is going to happen.
Well,
I read that Tomlin was kind of pushing Wilson to the side.
You do what now?
I read that that Tomlin was kind of pushing Roman Wilson to the side, like not fitting the scheme.
Well,
What I read earlier. I don't know if you got to see that or not.
I didn't, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, we haven't really seen much of him. It's been Pickens and Jefferson. Fryermuth's getting used more, which is good by Fields and by Wilson.
Austin. Calvin Austin
So
finally gets a little bit used too.
yeah, your boy Austin's getting used.
He dropped that fucking pass wide open. That did not help his
Yeah,
confidence.
yeah, that was rough. I just,
I mean,
it
wasn't intercepted after it hit your chest.
Yeah.
I think Mike Williams was playing more to show that he deserved to be on that team than Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and Mike Williams is another one that's supposed to be traded, and they're saying, they've put out there him coming to the Steelers. I don't need him with the Steelers.
No,
I don't need a walking mash unit on that team. No. Williams can't help but getting hurt. Yeah, I don't see a spot on the Pittsburgh Steelers roster for Mike Williams at all.
Unfortunately, I think the Jets have two.
I see Mike. Rich, we could save this for tomorrow night. I'm saving my thoughts for tomorrow. Anyway,
but the Jets.
City. I think he ends up in Kansas City before the end of the week.
Who?
Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
I'm going to make a bold prediction.
They're going to push for him. They need a receiver. They need someone else out there.
I'm going to make a bold.
Kelsey getting double covered and Noah Gray making every great catch.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. I think Cooper Kupp plays. I think the Rams win Thursday night, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams go on a second half trail all the way to the second half run all the way to the playoffs.
Well, that's the other question coming out. If Kupp goes, does Stafford go?
No, the Rams are not trained Cooper Kupp. They're not trained Matthew Stafford. I think the Rams make the playoffs, and heck, they might even win the NFC West this year. San Francisco.
I don't see Stafford going anywhere. First off, nobody's going to.
Obviously, I was reading a little bit today on it. It said if Kupp goes, does Stafford go next?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be perfectly honest with you, if Stafford isn't considering calling it quits because, in the next year or two, because he's 36. He's getting beat like a steel drum. I mean, that offensive line in the last 2 years has been porous at best. I could legitimately see Stafford retiring at the end of this season or next. So whether Kupp stays or goes, the Rams are got to start looking for another quarterback. And I'll tell you what, though, Cooper Kupp could end up in Tampa.
No.
Godwin's done for the year. Evans is out at least 4 weeks.
They said till after the bye, so that puts it what?
He's throwing to me and you.
Jalen McMillan was a really good receiver who was hurt.
He's throwing the what is
He's doing what?
Sterling Shepard, and who's the other guy?
Jalen McMillan.
Cade Otton, and he's throwing to me and you.
Who's the other wide receiver that's a big pickup this week?
Jalen McMillan.
No, I already have him.
Trey Coleman.
You mean fantasy wise?
Yes, there was
Juwan Jennings.
Sherwood.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Juwan Jennings has done absolutely squadouche for me the last couple of weeks. I don't even want to hear Juwan Jennings.
Played either.
I've had him on my bench the last 2 weeks because he hasn't done anything.
Neither have the Niners.
They haven't. And I'll tell you what, this week they're liable to be in big trouble because there's a chance Debo doesn't play because he just got out of the hospital. They said he had pneumonia, and they were taking fluid off of his lungs. So you got no Debo. You could conceivably have no Debo. You definitely have no Ayuk. You definitely have no McCaffrey this week. Jennings is going to have to step up, and Kittle is going to probably get 20 freaking targets.
Is Jennings going to play, though? That's the other question.
Is Jennings what?
Going to play.
If he plays, yeah. I mean, let me look because I have the last that I saw, they were expecting him to play, but let me look.
Last I saw is 0 points.
Yeah, my fantasy teams are a freaking mash unit. Jennings, they said that the Niners hope to get him back for Sunday against the Cowboys with that hip issue.
We're going to learn a lot.
I mean, the Cowboys are liable to beat the 49ers just because the 49ers don't have anybody on the field.
Right.
They're going to have to line up old DeMercado and guys like that at wide receiver because they don't have anybody else to put out there. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of crazy injuries going on right now.
Absolutely.
Daniels gets banged up with those ribs.
Yeah, but he said if the game was close, Rich, he would have been back in there.
Probably, but if you've ever had a rib injury, it ain't fun. Breathing literally hurts.
You're gonna play with that Drew Brees flak jacket.
Huh?
You're gonna play with that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll wear a flak jacket and everything, but with or without that flak jacket, it still hurts. I don't know. But you got Daniels banged up. You got Jones, who's worthless in New York. He's probably going to get benched for Drew Lock. You got is it DTR? Is it Jameis? Who's it going to be in Cleveland?
Desmond Ritter.
You see what I mean?
Is it going to be Desmond Ritter in Vegas?
Ritter, yeah. Well, you got Minshew, O'Connell in Vegas.
O'Connell's done.
O'Connell's got a broken thumb.
I thought he was out 6 weeks.
They put him on the IR. It looked like season-ending IR.
Well, they put him on the short IR. But Carr's due back next week for the Saints. But you got Spencer Rattler out there with them.
What's Olave going to do? Is he going to play this week, or is that concussion going to keep him out?
Say again?
What's Olave going to do? Is he going to play this week, or is he going to be kept out because of the concussion?
I don't know, but the Saints might even be a spot. We're talking about Cup because you have Olave. Shaheed's done for the year with that knee issue.
Did the Saints look like real contenders, though?
The Saints defense is what's going to carry them for right now because they just don't. By the way, anybody heard of Michael Thomas?
Whatever.
Floating around in free agency wonderland out there. Kind of curious why nobody's giving him a call.
Probably because he's
damaged goods.
Yeah,
he's a free agent.
I'm going damaged goods.
Oh, there's no question he's damaged goods, but he's also a free agent. And with as
Right.
shorthanded as a lot of teams are,
that might not
You
be a
know?
bad idea. You get him on a cheap deal.
sure, a team like Kansas City, a team like Tampa, especially Tampa on a short-term thing, because you hope Evans' thing is going to be short-term, but Godwin's done for the year. So, maybe you bring in a guy like him. Maybe make that trade for Cup. I don't know.
That ankle looked awful. Down.
I hate the hip drop tackle. Roquan's going to be
I've
running
said
the
that. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. If they would let these guys hit people, you wouldn't have to be so concerned about hip drops and horse collars and that kind of stuff. If they allowed the people to do what they're supposed to do and hit somebody to take them down and not get a flag, you wouldn't have this issue. But if you got a 180-pound DB trying to take down a 240-pound tight end or a running back, guess what? There's only one way they can get them down. Unless you want to see them get dragged 40 yards down the field. They got to do something. Whether it's a hip drop, whether it's a whatever it is.
None of those penalties have actually been called this year, which is crazy.
True. But they're reviewing this one and they're talking about a fine and possibly a suspension for the hip drop, on Godwin.
Well, then why didn't Joe Mixon's hip drop warn a bigger fine or suspension?
Probably because it didn't cause a major injury.
And Joe Mixon missed a couple games?
A couple games. I mean, Godwin had one ankle point in one way and one the other. That ankle was completely dislocated.
Trying to think. Do you remember when Marcus Lattimore suffered not his knee injury, but like an ankle injury at South Carolina?
Mm-hmm. That was a knee.
That was ugly.
It wasn't an ankle. That was knee.
Knee.
Yep. Marcus Lattimore. In fact, Lattimore had 2 knee injuries at South Carolina.
Yeah,
there was a couple of guys that had those major knee injuries that they were looking at coming out of college being a top-notch, game-changing running back, and they either became and also ran or they did okay. Willis McGahee was another one. McGahee was supposed to come out and be a top 2 or 3 pick in the draft, and whenever he had that torn ACL in the Orange Bowl, that killed his draft stock.
Who was the Notre Dame linebacker hurt in the Fiesta Bowl? Jalen Smith?
Yeah, because he went to the Cowboys.
Yep.
He blew his knee up and tore up some nerves in his knee. That was his biggest problem. Not only did he tear the ACL and the MCL, but he also caused nerve damage. He had nerves that literally were severed in the injury. And he was having a hard time getting those sensors back in his legs working right so he could even walk properly. Then he had to learn how to run. That's why it took over a year for him to come back. But yeah, that's Jalen Smith. He got drafted by the Cowboys. Played linebacker for a while for them. He's playing for somebody now.
I feel so bad for people that lost a nerve. Like, hopefully you can get it reattached. Hopefully it actually comes back. I know Dylan just disappeared again, as normal. But I know when that piece of sheet metal went through my hand, it cut the nerve damage in my thumb, and yeah. So I had to go through that surgery. I don't want anyone to ever go through that again.
Yeah. Winston expected to start Sunday, by the way. Jalen Smith is actually with Green Bay, it looks like.
Really? Sweet. Well, boys, we got anything else to talk about? Jamie, you're awfully quiet up there.
Well, no, I just basically wanted to say it was a good show. Thank you for having me on here, and I thought we did a good job. And go Yankees and go Bills and Sabres. Sabres won tonight.
You got that green. You got that green. You got what's his name? Green. What's his name?
Oh, Jordan Greenway.
Yeah, I got him on my fantasy team. Just to let you know.
You should have him. He's a big dude. And he can hit people.
That is one I do not do.
No hockey.
I do not do fantasy hockey. Hockey, I'm a fan. I do not do fantasy hockey.
I only do fantasy football.
Too
I do
much.
football, baseball, a little bit of basketball, but I do not do hockey. One drop, not a bit.
You know, ESPN finally made it a little bit easier for them people that don't want to pay attention every day. They did create that button finally where you can have a lineup every day and it's filled if they're playing. So,
No, that's
so
good.
that definitely helps. But you still have to look at it because I don't know. Sometimes ESPN doesn't always play the best players that you feel should be on the ice. But it's your team. I mean, we still want you to what you feel to be your best players on the ice.
Right.
But Jamie, how do people get a hold of you, bud?
You can get a hold of me on X, Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist at DJ Dog Tags on X. You can also catch me on the forkball.com where I write about all different sports. And you can also catch me and or Joe Dalio and I every Tuesday night at 8:00 p.m. driving the top productions for the Buffalo Sports Conversation Room, and on this show at 9:00 every Tuesday, Open Sports Mic. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, ring the bell for notifications. And for more information and for more sports content on Driving to the Top Productions, please visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you consume your podcasts. See everybody.
We are only on one Facebook page right now because I cannot find my login to my Facebook, so I apologize for that.
It's on mine.
All right.
So yes, we were on Rich's Facebook page only. Jamie, I thought we were on yours tonight, but we're only on your Twitter. Go ahead, Rich. How people get you, man?
Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it this particular time frame, it is Go Big, Go Home Pod. Facebook, it is just my name, Rich Richardson. Lots of stuff to talk about, of course, going on in the world of sports right now. Shoot me your opinions. Let me know what you think. You like the show? You don't like the show? What can we do different? Let us know what's going on. Let me know. And I'd love to get into some conversations with people all the time. Hit us up either one of those. Of course, Adam and I do a show here on Driving to the Top on Wednesdays where we talk Pirates, Steelers, Penguins, and God only knows where we end up from there. We've done everything from barbecue to ballpark food to you name it. We end up all over the place. So check us out there.
So you can get me at Sports Talking It on the X. Driving to the Top on the X. Obviously, I'm on every channel we have. I know we're slacking lately, but we're looking for people that want to come on and talk about their teams. If you want to run a show, let me know. We can work something out for sure. Yeah, so that's where you find us. Jamie recommended the YouTube channel is a good place to interact with us on Tuesday nights when we're running our shows. And yeah, so tomorrow night, me and Rich supposed to have Garrett Webster on tomorrow night. I've not heard anything from him. in the past couple days. I did hear something from Allison. She is doing well, but she has a prior engagement. She can't join us tomorrow, Rich, just to let you know.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, good show, and everybody have a good night.
Night.